Okay, so we're going to do Joy again, but this time we're going to cut it out of glass. So I have this iridescent ripple, which is very similar to the one that's in the middle of this, to cut for the O in the Joy. And I'm going to use, I kind of got little tight spots again. I'm going to use this fern green because I think it's Christmassy and pretty. And then here's my red. And I will do white. I hate that it's so cold in this studio because white's going to be challenging to cut no matter what. And being cold in here, it's going to be even worse. So one day I'm going to remember to bring my heating pad out to warm up the glass a little bit first. So these I'm just going to cut like I would if it was stained glass. And if I have to grind, oh, do you see what that just did? My hand slipped. I wonder if that... did... Sure feels like it did. This might be tricky. Oh, well, look, it stayed. I'm surprised because my hand slipped and I actually made, I think, a score sideways. Let me move this off to the side. So far, so good. Hopefully it does not break there. And I'm going on the inside of my black line. Yep, there it goes. Nope, we're good. Okay. Which is why I did another skinny line. Okay, the wind warning was supposed to be over at 1 o'clock, and I think nobody told the wind. I don't know if you can hear that on the video or not, but it's pretty strong. I did not... I've got this round set up, and I did not make another printout of the pattern because I'm just going to assemble it in the middle. And I'm hoping I can just assemble. So let me slide this back a little bit more because I'm going to have to get the pattern pieces out. Eight and 4 go to red. And I will speed this up so that you're not having to watch me do all this. So I'm just going to trace my patterns on and speed things up a little bit. Actually, I'll probably just shorten the video and, whoops, turn it off while I'm doing this. Okay, sorry guys, I forgot to turn it back on while I was cutting. I'm gonna have to do a little bit of grinding to make everything fit just right, but let me do the green. and hopefully green and the white, and then I will be back with y'all. I'm sure you don't want to watch me outline and cut, so I will pause again and finish cutting this out, grind it up so it fits nice, and then show you how we're going to put it in there, because I think it's going to be a little bit smaller than the circle. And so I have an idea of what I want to do for the outside rim if it is too small. So hang tight. All right, we are cut out, and now I have to grind because it does not fit. I did not cut as well as I should have. Now I'm going to try and grind these so that I have a bit of a gap, because I want to put some fine frit in there, like some sparkly frit, but I didn't cut as short as I should have to do that, so I'm gonna have to grind it. Not as much fun. Don't you love my look here? I don't want to take my coat off because it's cold out here, so I got my lunch lady arms on. Slowly but surely it's coming along. A little bit of the white left and the green. Okay, we are all washed up, and we're gonna test it before we change the plan just a little bit again. It's the fun part of experimenting, is you change your mind. I'm going to cut a circle instead of using the ring, and the reason for that is the ring is going to be much larger, a lot larger than I thought initially, so I think it would look kind of goofy to have that much space around it. Might not, but in my mind it is going to look a little goofy, so I think I'm going to cut a clear circle and assemble it on that. And probably still going to put sparkly stuff around and put some of the dichroic frit in. Oops, goes down here in the gaps here, because I purposely made some gaps to put some dichroic frit into. I didn't want them too big though, because that stuff's expensive, but I wanted it to sparkle a little bit. And this little guy, number 10, almost went down the drain, so I had to find my little drain doohickey. Of course, I had to wash the numbers off and get all the sludge from the grinder off, so we are assembling by memory. Luckily, we don't have too many shapes that are the same. I think this is 13. So, oh, that's 2. I was like, boy, that's awful big for there. Goes this way. This is, I think, 16. And number 1. And of course that yellow is actually red, so when it fires, it will be a beautiful red color. And this is number 7 and number 6. Oops, 7's backwards. Or not. There we go. All right. Now to cut the circle for the bottom. And since we know the last circle that I cut was just a little bit short, I need to add about 1/4 of an inch. And these little boogers, they always drive me a little bit bonkers because I never know exactly where to put the line. I used to think that you're supposed to line it up so that this Schneeberschnitt, that's hard to say. I used to think that that lined up directly over the number, but it really doesn't. It's this line here, I believe, that lines up to the size you want. So let's hope that's true. Make a little bit of space here to get out my clear. Ooh, stretch. And cut another circle. Give myself some room. Slide it this way some so I don't hit the tripod. Where did my oil go? Here it is. I always put a little bit of oil on a paper towel scrap and run it around to give myself lubrication on the glass. To get a good clean cut. All right. There we have it. So let's trim it down a little. Now I've got to clear this table off. What a mess. Too much activity going on here. Put my little dot down. I love that trick. That makes life so much easier sometimes. Let's get a little bit off of this side. I've got the speed balls over here, but they don't always work for me on bigger pieces. They work great on small pieces. All right. Pretty sure that's still going to be too cold, so we're going to just tap our run. I'm just turning it so I can see the run better. Make sure we got a run everywhere. Do some relief cuts. And break this puppy out. Hopefully it is big enough. That one kind of went wonky, didn't it? Not perfect, but not bad for a still cold studio. Just nibble that little piece off. Okay, now let me move my little stand over. And put this down. And I know I'm reaching across the camera, and I'm sorry about that, but we're going to assemble him, or her, whatever. And hopefully it fits. Gonna hang over just a little bit. Okay, so my circle's not big enough. Let's see how off we are. Yeah, maybe we're not bad. Okay. Let's see. It's kind of tricky when there's no pattern underneath it. Yeah, my circle's just a wee bit small. But I think if we adjust a little bit so everybody overhangs about the same, we're going to give it a go. What do you think? Let me slide the camera this way some. Just a little bit off, but it'll be all right. Now we have some of these dichroic glass flakes. And I'm going to put some of those in here. I love that the lid is tight, but boy, can it be a challenge sometimes to get open. Okay, so best way to do this, I think, is going to be put them in the spoon. They're always so pretty. And of course they don't fit in the square. It'd be nice if that would hold the tube. Then we're going to put some sparkle in here. I'm going to brush it with my paintbrush. And I am going to put a layer of clear over the top, I believe. To make sure everybody melts together nicely. And this just adds a little bit of bling. It's not a ton. I don't mind using something that's a little pricier, but this is an experiment and it may not come out exactly as I planned. So I don't want to waste a bunch of expensive product. This paintbrush might still have too much. It's sliding around on me a little bit. That's okay. We'll make it work. No sparkles to be left in the brush. And I don't care if there's a few sparkles still on top. Because I think that will just add to it. And I may even put some... Matter of fact, I probably will. After I put my layer of clear down, I might sparkle some more in. And if I was really smart and ambitious, I would have put hangers in here, but I'm not sure. This might end up being a bowl. So we're not sure what it's going to be yet. Let me get my clear. It's just big old clear powder. And where's my... I don't know if I want to use the giant sifter. I think I'm just going to use this one. It's not a good... There we go. Just kind of getting the seam some. Make sure everybody connects nicely. Looks like it snowed all over it. Okay. Now, I am going to put just a wee bit more of this on top. And I know it's not going to fit through any of my sifters, so I'm going to just kind of tap with my finger on the spoon and hope I don't get a big glob anywhere. Okay, here's a trick. Put it back in there, put the lid back on, because I have left the lid off before, and that's frightening. Now, take the little paintbrush, oops, without hitting and actually I'm just going to pile this up over here because it will fire into a little ball. And I mean little, it'll be a really little ball. It's amazing how much powder just disappears. Takes quite a bit of powder to get a sheet, or sheet level, so to speak. I don't want to push too hard because I don't want the bullseye release stuff to come into my pile. Alrighty, time to fire. Okay, let's see how they look. Alright, well, this one looks pretty good. Nice and sparkly. That looks nice. Alright, so we got them cleaned up. This one, that was the frit, I did have to grind the edges because there was lots of pokies. So I think next time I would have to get a little bit better with the thin fire around the edges inside, or find something that's straight up and down that I could use. Kind of good, but I think it fired more than I wanted it to. Tack fuse next time, and definitely add some more frit. I don't think I made it thick enough, but it's cute, and it's an idea. This one, it came out good, even though the bottom was a little bit smaller. I kind of like how it pulled the edges down. I did notice when I was washing it, though, that the very edges, let's see if we can focus, there we go. The very edges of this probably need a little bit of grinding, or a diamond hand pad, something like that, just to smooth them up a little bit, because they're a little rough from the frit powder, I think. I tried to clean up around the bottom of the plate with the frit powder, and I'm sure I didn't get it all. But I do like the dichroic sparkle to it. Of course, I just love those dichroic flakes anyway. So, 2 experiments done. I hope you enjoyed them, and I didn't rattle on too much. So please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.